What's a good word, Josh? Your boy DKB here. So the New York Jets, Joe Douglas seems like he may have been able to handpick himself another certified star stud on the offensive line. And Joe Tippmann, right? Drafted him. The expectation was that he was going to be a center for this team. And a lot of people questioned in the draft. Keep in mind, the top pick, arguably anyways, at the center position was John Michael Schmitz. And then you have various other opinions. Some people liked Weipler. Some people liked Tippmann. Might have been a few other sneaky additions in there. But nonetheless, it was still a bit of a surprise to see Joe Tippmann come off the board first, even though it was in the second round. A lot of people questioned why. If JMS is supposed to be the best center in this draft, why didn't you grab him? And now it makes a little bit more sense. Not only did you still feel very good about what Joe Tippmann can be at a center, had an amazing career at Wisconsin. I talked about it in my breakdown video. I'll put it up there for you guys. Some of his background in the high school and then, of course, collegiate level with him being, an MVP at one point. Some of the freaky testing numbers and different things that he can do, his movement ability. You felt really, really good. You're getting a highly agile, athletic center that can do things most others can't. And the biggest knock is really going to be, since he's a bigger center at 6'6", will he be able to win a lot more of those leverage battles when he's facing guys like an Aaron Donald or just other guys in general that have low centers of gravity? Not a huge concern, especially when you have guys like Mitch Morse that have been very good having the same kind of problem. What we've seen out of Joe Tippmann early, though, is something that's probably unexpected. We got the surprise news during the offseason that the New York Jets were training him as a guard, in addition to him getting his backup center work to Connor McGovern, who's the de facto starter and current starter at the offensive line center position. But Joe Tippmann has balled out. He's been as a starting right guard for this New York Jets team the last 2 weeks. Joe Tippmann still hasn't allowed a single quarterback pressure over his first 2 games. He's currently the 4th highest graded guard in the league overall, guard, regardless of left or right position. And he's the highest graded rookie offensive lineman. And this is both in run blocking and pass blocking, where he ranks top 6 in both aspects. And, you think about, again, why did we pick him over JMS? JMS is a pure center. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Also, a lot of people, with him being an older prospect, kind of felt like he would have been essentially maxed out as an NFL player. What you're getting is what you're going to get out of a guy like JMS. With Joe Tippmann, you're already expecting the floor to be fairly high for him, coming out of a proven, program like Wisconsin. But the ceiling for him is, much so further beyond anything that you would have seen in that entire draft class. Then you add on the fact that he has the versatility. He was essentially labeled the best pulling offensive line member in this class, regardless of position. And you see that on display very early. So him being able to transition to right guard immediately and see this level of success, the New York Jets basically got their interior version of, or I won't say interior because AVT is originally a guard, but they essentially got themselves another version of Elijah Vera Tucker. Joe Tippmann should be able to replicate this on the left side if he was asked to as well. And this helped us out tremendously. You have 2 versatile pieces in Joe Tippmann and AVT that can move essentially to 3 positions for an AVT's case and see high level success at those particular spots. And so you couldn't have asked for a better situation for this New York Jets offensive line to be in, considering some of the injuries that struck us, as well as some of the poor play that's happened. We finally have a starting 5 unit that looks like they're capable of reaching top 10 status if they can stick together, continue to build that chemistry. And, of course, we continue to see the progress from Zach Wilson. But I'm very excited for Joe Tippmann. I mean, a lot of people were upset earlier when, he wasn't challenging Connor McGovern for the starting spot, and he wasn't even a second string in the beginning. He was losing that to Wes Schweitzer. And now we look at him and, 2 weeks into him being able to play starter, he's looking like our most productive offensive lineman member, not named Elijah Vera Tucker. And honestly, challenging him for probably one of the best offensive linemen out of the gate, even though AVT is at least playing out of position for what the expectation would be. But I'm excited. Right now, we're looking like we're having two all-pro caliber players, Elijah Vera Tucker, Joe Tippmann. Even if he never sees a snap at center for this season, you go into next year already expecting worst case scenario, you potentially have an all-pro guard. You also have a all-pro center where he looked very good in his preseason games as well. So I'm hoping that he definitely can keep this up. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are, though. Would you keep Joe Tippmann at guard this entire time? Or if things switch up when Dwayne Brown returns, for example, would you try to mix some things up? I would keep things as they are right now, in my own personal opinion. But let me know how excited you are about Joe Tippmann and what he's doing currently, and what you think his future looks like right now. I'm thoroughly impressed. But again, let me know your thoughts, and I'll catch you guys again. Peace.